What's up, boys? Back out here. I am lost. Not even gonna lie to you guys. It's been 8 months since I touched the FD. Some of it's starting to come back to me as I've been out here for like an hour. Just on like the order of how I'm gonna have to do stuff. If I'm gonna have to go in any order at all. I wanna get the transmission on the engine today and put that in the car. My only worry is that I cannot remember. I even watched some of my videos and I can't tell if I have to put this wire and harness on this side back in to get to the starter. This one is just on top of the engine and it goes into the firewall. This one can go in anytime. But this has got to go all the way back to the starter right here. And if I got to do that, I don't know. I really don't know. I've been going back and forth on getting a whole like specialties wire harness. That wire harness is actually pretty good. I went over all these and everything on here is good. I would just like to be able to chop these off. I just don't know what all I need to do. Like if some of these need to be connected for the car to run, like if you gotta trick it, or this whole rat's nest thing should be gone though. And I think I'm gonna leave my oil metering pump hooked up, so I'm gonna need one solenoid off of there. This is what happens when you take this long. You know, there used to always be a bunch of you guys that are like, how do you even remember how to do this? And when I was working on 3000 GT, and that's just because I did it so much and I was just constantly out here, I just remembered. After taking an 8-month break, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, we're gonna be learning how to do this one together. It doesn't help that this whole car, all the grounds have been replaced with red, and some of the power is black and blue. I hate when people do this. Why do this? You can buy the same wire in black. I don't know why this is like the 8th car I've worked on that they just use like speaker power cable as the ground. Let's get this mated up. Oh yeah, and this is my first ever pull clutch. And yes, there's a bunch of lube and grease on everything and it should be good. Oh, that's something else I did too off camera. The slave, I got wedged in down there by the fuel lines just so I don't have to like fight around the bell housing to get it back there. What do you guys think I did with the transmission bolts? Oh, that's right here. There's dowel pins that you're going to want to try to line up as best as possible. Well, you got to line up. I don't know why I just said as best as possible. You have to. Okay. Well, I actually take it back off. This dowel pin was messed up a little bit. Just some like burrs on it wouldn't line up. So I had to take it all back off. Hit it with a little bit of sandpaper. Got 2 like alignment pins. One there. One down here at the starter. There it is. Let's sandwich these together. You don't want to do one all the way, not the others. Because if you get one, it'll be like not sandwiched on there, it'll be at an angle, you know. There it is. Transmission's 4 times the size of the 2 rotors. It'd be pretty nice to have another rotor on here. Okay, so the form for the Mazda RX7 is not set up like 3SI. It's just everyone giving their opinion. I've yet to like see someone with a picture of a book. People are going back and forth on 18 for these to 30. I'm doing 30. I know it's aluminum, but it's holding the transmission on. I'm doing 30. So that's where I'm at. Yeah, dude, 30 is not that much. All right. I also checked it, made sure everything was lined up. This is still covered in transmission fluid, so I swiped a spot of it with my finger. Then turned the centric shaft, made sure that was turning, because I know I left this in 2nd gear. So it's all turning. It's all lined up, everything's all good. Okay, just gonna give you guys an update. I'll probably say this 100 times in this video. It's been 8 months, so I gotta put all these like inspection plates back on. And I'm sitting here going through all these, looking for the trans mount. I forgot that it's that whole brace thing that also goes to the rear diff. This whole thing is your trans mount. And it might have been easier. No, I don't know. I was gonna say it might have been easier to try to put the engine in with just this 2 motor mounts and then put the trans on, but I don't have a trans jack. What I might do is put this brace in, the one that goes right here, and then just have the transmission sit on that while I jack the back of the transmission up to get the motor mount started. And then I have to come back under and put that brace in. Alright, I forgot to put the camera back up. Like I said, it's been a while. This is what I'm doing. I don't have one of those lean things. And I can just pick this up, loosen this some to get the tilt, Same thing with tightening it. You just pick it up, ratchet it. I'm gonna try to get it in there, have it rest on that brace, lower it down, put those two mounts in. That's the plan. These just sit in there. I feel like I should glue them. These solid mounts that came with this. I've said this before in other videos. This whole car was built by Defined. I don't know. Let's see how this goes. It's gonna spill training fluid everywhere. I gotta loosen it a little bit. Alright, I've been sitting here struggling. Again, forgot to turn on the camera. I don't know how much freaking oil is in this transmission. Every time I turn around, it just starts dumping out again. So it's a pain trying to do by yourself, I'll tell you that. I'm kind of just riding the firewall. So I'm letting it go down as I'm pushing it in. I gotta let it down and push. Now I'm on the strap, and I'm nowhere near that brace that I thought was gonna hold the transmission. Okay, there's that brace. You guys aren't gonna be able to see on the camera, but that cross brace, I'm right there now. I really just need someone else here. Oh, sweet. This should be able to come all the way off now. All right, just keep pushing. I might actually have to tighten that strap back up because I forgot about those bolts that are on the back of that transmission. Yeah, I gotta get those bolts up and over. I don't know the best way to go about doing that. Yeah, see, I'm stuck on those bolts that are hanging off the bottom of the transmission because I'm an idiot. Look, I guess I can get a jack under there. Let me bring you guys right back. Oh yeah, shit, it's gotta go way up. Alright, let me get a jack under there. I don't know what all you guys can see. Look, it's loose now, sweet. Alright, I don't know why I keep forgetting to pick the camera up, but I do, because again, it's been 8 months since I've done this. But these motor mount on this side's pretty much lined up. Let me get a bolt down in there. I think I got this one lined up. This has got to like turn. Oh, there it goes. I thought you guys were gonna see shit. So this side lets you move left and right. So obviously you gotta do that side first. Probably should have said that. I'm like so scared about losing a finger here. I think I gotta lower the transmission, honestly. I think the transmission's high now. It's gotta go way this way. So on the frame, I should have showed this before I looked at it, but I didn't turn the camera on. That side, that bolt has this wiggle room in there, like a slit. This one's just a hole. This is gonna be the hard one to get lined up. You gotta like twist this engine, and you can go this way. So that's what I'm trying to do. All right, boys, she's in there. You just gotta pretty much grab something and just wiggle that whole thing around till that bolt falls down that hole. It's 100% in there. Okay, boys. It's actually been a few days. I'm not even gonna try to lie to you. If you made it this far, don't forget to hit the like button. Since most of you guys say you guys just don't remember. Engine transmission's in. I ended up putting my little like jack stand here just to hold it. The diff mount and trans mount is all this brace. I gotta get this bag off. And I don't know if I gotta put the drive shaft in first. I'm gonna be able to get the drive shaft in once that's in? I think so. Let me cut this bag off, get this stand out of the way. We'll start putting this all together. I was gonna replace this seal, but it's already been replaced. This is not OEM. The seat pole is a little off sideways, and you can just tell it's newer. Forgot about that too. I should have done that before I put it in the car, but it's not the end of the world to try to do it here. But this thing's new and I wasn't leaking anything. Let's get to it. I think I'm gonna put the brace on the diff and then pull the brace up to the transmission. And get these nuts off of here. I gotta remind myself to fill this gearbox back up too. Cause I left it full, but sitting here trying to put it in, I lost at least half, if not more. All right, here it is. All right, well, I was just fighting this brace for 15 minutes. There's a nice crack. I actually think this was here when I took it off, and I looked it up, and they're actually known for this. I got a buddy down the street that'll weld this up. I'm just trying to get it straight, so I can just take it to him and him run a bead on it. Just got it in the vise, and I'm just putting it all back together to where it touches. I'll clean it all up, grind a V out of there. Right there. Sweet. I might just buy a whole new brace. I'm gonna see how much they are. I think I did look them up. I think they're like 80 bucks for like a nice, way lighter brace. Okay, got it welded up. So yeah, let me throw a coat of paint on there. Throw that back up in there. It's hard for me to record with this camera right now because my head mount is like so stretched out that I can't like have it on my head. It just falls down while I'm under the car. So I'm gonna clean that up, paint it. The back will go here. There's 5. It'll go there, pick this up in the air, and it'll hook up to here. So I'm gonna throw that on. I'll bring you guys back, letting you know if I had to take it back off to get the drive shaft in. You need like 3 arms to do this. You guys still can't see anything. You have to like pick it up to get it to fall down. But then like I had to pick this up because the engine will go like this. And I'm just going based on the marks where the nuts were before. So like I'm trying to just get this perfect. So I tighten those nuts down, it lines up with the rust marks from where the nuts were before, which I don't know if it's right because it cracked. So maybe when whoever had this car apart before put it in wrong and that's why that brace cracked. I don't know. I'm gonna check drive shaft with a level and all that good stuff. These bolts can't move like those ones can. So let's send these home. Get everything lined up. See, it still needs to go up quite a bit. I don't know if you guys can see. That bolt won't even go in there yet. Man, I really wish I had one of my lights. I used to have lights that went on magnets. And I have no idea where any of them are. But, alright, she's up there. This one's off a little bit. This one's off a little bit. This one's not adjustable. You line up that bolt, and then these ones are rubber mounts that don't move. But these ones, there's slits in there. And it can move. I moved it back and forth, and to get this one lined up, the top ones don't line up, and it's because that weld broke and it was twisted like this. So now that's perfect. I don't know. Let's get this drive shaft in. Got a whole thing of gear oil over here. You just want to coat this. I usually put grease on these, but since I just drained this out, I literally cleaned this pan and drained out the transmission. So this is good fresh oil. Just more proof that everything on this car was built before I got it. This oil was spotless. I might hit this with a little green Brillo pad, just clean up some of this flash rust. I ended up just putting a little bit of gear oil on this red Brillo pad because the green one wasn't really doing anything. I'm just doing it really light. There we go. That's a hell of a lot better. I'm gonna do the same thing to this one. I just don't know how well you guys can see. I just want these mating surfaces perfect, especially since that brace already broke once. You know, I don't really want any vibrations. It's probably from the solid mounts on the engine, honestly. Alright, again, I don't know how much I've complained about this camera mount, but I don't know how well you guys will be able to see. There's a little pitting over here. I put oil on this thing multiple times, and it's still pitted. Can't feel any of them on your finger. Sweet. Blue, blue. I marked these when I took them off. The bolt has to go through the diff, through the back. It actually doesn't fit this way. I just tried to do it the other way. Only goes one way. So there's the answer to that one. Alright. It's in there. There's actually the factory paint on there too. I obviously didn't notice that. There's a factory paint where it lines up at. I mean, it's about a full bubble. I mean, if I lowered that transmission, I don't know, that's always something I can do later. It's in there, it's not going anywhere. Pretty much ready to go, boys. Rotary engine, transmission, drive shaft, brace, diff, it's all in there. Just gotta start putting everything back together. Those of you that are gonna be sitting here asking me about the drama and what's been going on with that, I mean, my name's still the same name, so there's that. I'm probably going to end up having to give like a real update here soon. It's kind of just still a nightmare going back and forth. It is what it is. It's just too much to go back and forth to talk at the end of this video. I just know that there's going to be a lot of you guys being like, oh, you just disappeared, and then now you're acting like nothing happened. But just nothing's really changed, to be honest with you. So, I will see you in the next one. Hopefully it's not an update on the whole Tommy situation. And it's still this. See you.